Hi there, it's Carrie from Stamp with CT. Welcome to our Wednesday Facebook Live. Wait just a minute to have some people hop on to join me live. But if you are catching the replay, either on Facebook or YouTube, so glad that you are here. I appreciate everyone that watches. Don't forget, you want to leave a comment or hit that heart button or thumbs up. Just let me know what you think. I love the feedback. And that also enters you for a chance to win our weekly giveaway. Good morning. Thanks for joining. I'm really excited about this new mini catalog, this January to June mini catalog from Stampin' Up. So many fun products. My mind is just swirling with so many ideas. If you don't have a mini catalog and a celebration brochure, and you don't have a demonstrator that you shop with, please let me know. I would love to send out a catalog to you, complimentary. These catalogs are filled with so many ideas and inspiration, samples, so many amazing products. So good morning. Glad you're here with me today. Well, we're going to go ahead and hop right in and work on our craft project this morning. I'm using a fun new stamp set from this mini catalog. You guys know I absolutely love the coordination of products that Stampin' Up! Offers. I love that we have suites of products where you just hit one item code and you're able to get everything in the suite. I love that we have stamps and dies or stamps and punches that coordinate, and then we've got beautiful papers with ribbons and embellishments that coordinate. It just makes crafting so much fun and so much easier. And we get to spend more time crafting instead of trying to coordinate everything, right? But sometimes it's fun to pull out something that's a standalone set. And this little For the Record stamp set caught my eye right away when I went through the catalog the very first time. So I didn't order it right off the bat, but I went back on one of my following orders and I just had to pick up this set. So just a little bit of background. I'm not too shy to tell you guys that I was born in 1962, so I'm 59. And so my aunt, who was, I guess, about 7 or 8 years older than me, when I got to be preteen and teen, she loved the Beatles. And so she actually gave me her Beatles albums. I remember sitting and listening to music on the record player with her so many times. And I thought I was such a grown-up, you know, to be with my aunt, who was just a little bit older than me. She was cool, really cool, y'all. So that was way back then when there were vinyl records, and I absolutely loved them. I still have my Beatles albums. I've got, oh gosh, some Chicago and the Beach Boys, so I still have some of those albums. I've got a record player. So let me know if you are from that generation as well. If you remember having record albums, and even the 78s, you know, the smaller ones, it just had a song, I believe, on either side. Gosh, that's hard to remember, but they were just so much fun. And then we moved to 8-track tapes. Wow, that really dates me. And then to cassettes, then to CDs, and now just use my Apple Music. But I still love those record albums. And so when I saw this set, it just made me happy and feel, you know, reminiscent to those days. Because in a lot of ways, I still feel so young at heart. So looking at the samples here, I'm going to bring this a little bit closer. This is a really cute one, and they use the Pattern Party Designer Series paper on this sample. And so if you'll recall, let me grab my annual catalog. This is a host reward paper, and it's a huge pack of paper, 12 by 12, that you can receive free when you host your own order or a party. It's one of the selections, so that's where the paper's coming from, and it's the paper that I'm going to use today as well as we create. So I thought that was really cute. And even in the catalog, you can tell that this album has been heat embossed. It's on black cardstock with just clear embossing powder. So if you have your catalog, grab that. It's a great picture and captures that. But I also have a card that I received that I'll show you that was also done that way. So that was inspiring to me. Thought this card was really cute, and I love the way they stamped with the multiple colors on this sample. So this one just really spoke to me. You guys, let me know if you also love albums or if you still have albums. And what's awesome, my son, gosh, when he was a teenager, he was really into albums and drug all of those out. So just, I love it. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me go ahead and show you some of the supplies that we're using today. We are going to use this awesome stamp set. Now, it's a red rubber stamp set. I haven't finished putting all my stickers on yet. But this is really cool that you've got the record album. It's got the little heart in the center. And you can actually, I think I grabbed my large, well, I thought I did. The largest circle die from the layering circles is what I used to cut this out. I thought I grabbed it, but I didn't. But it's awesome to cut that album out. And then you've got some other sentiments with this as well. Great stamp set. I love red rubber, and I love the way it picks up the detail and definition of the album. And then I'm also using today the Playful Alphabets dies. So many of you may have these in your crafting collection because they've been in our catalog about 1.5 years or so, maybe even a little bit longer. They're awesome. It's a great little alphabet set. Several of the letters are duplicated. So like my name, Carrie, it's easy to cut those out in just one pass because you've got a couple of R's. And it's got numbers as well. And then let's see. We're going to be using Memento Tuxedo Black ink today. And I think that's about it. We're going to be pulling in our paper trimmer. So let me show you a couple more samples. This is the swap card that I received from another demonstrator in a demonstrator card swap. I don't have her name, unfortunately, so I'm sorry about that because I would love to give her credit, but she did a beautiful job with this card. And this is part of what inspired me to make the card that we're going to recreate today. But look at that little sleeve. Really takes me back to those 78s. Remember that little thing you had to have in the center of your record player to play those smaller records? So fun. So I thought this was super cute. She used a smaller circle because you can tell that that stamp is a good bit larger than her record. So isn't that a smart idea? Just to cut that down. So you've got options as far as your albums. And then this is a sample that I created for you. And I remember how there was the center had a design on that paper in the center. So thought that turned out super cute. Used some new embellishments for the center of the record. So for the record, you're awesome. I told you guys I was going to start stamping on the inside of my cards and, you know, baby steps. I know it's just a small sentiment, but there you go. So I thought that one turned out cute as well. Again, using that same paper that's a host reward. And then this is the card that we're going to be recreating today. I decided to make a little 4x4 envelope or pouch, and you can actually slide the card down inside. And here is the card that I created using those Playful Alphabet to get You Rock. Thought that turned out really cute. I went ahead and brought the album up just a little bit on the back of the cardstock so that it's actually the pull from the envelope. So isn't that adorable? I love this so much. So we're going to recreate this little card. Now you could certainly put a piece of basic white cardstock on the back if you wanted to have plenty of room to write, but you don't have to. You just write, I believe that's Pool Party that I used. So this time we're going to mix it up a little bit. I'll show you how I created that. We have a piece of that same designer series paper. I'm just going to turn it where the black and white side is on the outside. So this piece of paper is 8 inches by 5 inches. I went ahead and scored it at 4 inches and I ran it through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine with a small circle die just to nip out that little piece that's going to be where you would pull the album out. And then let's bring in our paper trimmer. And we'll do a little bit of scoring. Let's see, we're going to score either side at 1/2 inch on these long sides. And be careful when you're scoring designer series paper. It's a little thinner than cardstock, so you don't want to get too overzealous and cut it, because it can. So let's go ahead and use the bone folder to burnish. And then I'm going to burnish that 4-inch score line as well, right quick. Whoops. And then I'm actually going to put it back in my trimmer and lay that back down at the 1/2 inch mark. Now you could certainly use your paper snips if you wanted to, but I'm going to use my trimmer to trim away these sides to get a little bit of the bulk out. I didn't make it quite up to that mark, so let me just come in and snip. And then snip that little piece off. Just want to get some of the bulk off. And while I'm on this side, I'll miter this to get, again, some of that bulk out. And then what I did was just put it back in on this other side at 1/2 inch. And again, I'm just kind of feeling where that score line is. It doesn't have to be super perfect. And we'll cut this little piece off. Come on there. Almost got it. And again, we'll miter this so we get some of the bulk out. It just helps that to fold up and makes it a lot easier for this little pouch to come together. Let me make sure I've got all my little bits away. So see how quick and simple that is? We're just going to now burnish that one more time, get it laying down like I want it to. And we'll bring in some tear and tape. We're just going to put a small piece on either side. If I can find the end, goodness, there we go. Doesn't take a lot. We just want to close up this little pouch. Put just a little bit on this side and just a little bit on this side. Gotta stay on that little tab though. Let's burnish that down. And then we can use our take your pick tool to get under there and get that backing off. Makes it super simple. And then we are just going to fold that up, and we've got our super cute little record album sleeve. How quick and easy was that? So now we'll bring in some other items. There's that circle die that I told you about. So you can see it cuts this album out perfectly. So here is one of the albums that we're going to use today, and I went ahead and made several while I was embossing. So just using your Versamark ink, that sticky ink, on black cardstock with clear embossing powder so you can see the shine. And after I did this, it actually feels like vinyl, y'all. It's so cool. So even if you did the back, wouldn't that be awesome to do both sides? Then it would really feel like a record album. So fun. Then I cut a piece of basic white cardstock this time, and so this is going to be the card that slides down inside. So this is 3 7/8 by 3 7/8, and we do want to go ahead and figure out our placement of everything. You know, I have that album up just a little bit, so it's the pull tab. And this time we're doing a red, black, and white kind of theme here, and I hope I didn't lose any of my pieces. I've struggled this morning with getting everything ready. You R-O-C-K. Okay, so we're just going to recreate now. This time what I did was used a little piece of the adhesive sheets on some, this is Poppy Parade cardstock. It's a nice bright red. So I used some adhesive sheets. I actually had this piece that was a scrap. So you just add this to your cardstock, and then when you die cut, you've got stickers on your pieces. So you can just peel that off, and it makes it so super easy. Now it doesn't really matter that that heart covers exactly. It's a little bit larger than the one on the stamp. But I'm going to put that heart in the center of my album. And then we're just going to find our placement of all of our letters. So this really is a quick card to make. You could make quite a few of them. I'm thinking this would be a great card to give my son. I think he would love it. So you could do this as a birthday card as well. You could certainly put someone's name on the card. That would be cute. So many options, y'all. We're crafters and creators, so just use your creativity and tell me what you might do. Get that a little bit straighter. Aren't these letters just so cute? And look how simple it is to peel that backing off and add those letters if you put them on straight. So they're just stickers. So quick. And if you have any trouble, you can also use your take your pick tool, of course. That would probably be a better idea, but we're just going to make this work. So you rock. Y'all get it? Rock. Love it. And then we're going to put our record album on here. And I'm just going to use some liquid glue underneath this bottom part, because I know I want that top to hang over the edge of the card just a little bit. Get my heart straight here. Get it centered up. Quick and simple. Make sure everything's going to fit down in my pouch just great with the little tab sticking up. And we only have a couple more things to do. I am down to just a couple of these awesome iridescent rhinestones, you guys. I've got a package that we're using as our giveaway today, and then I've got to get some more ordered. These are my favorite new embellishment. Oops, did I lose it? I lost it. Let me pick that up again. My absolute favorite new embellishment from the new mini catalog. They are shiny, and they kind of pick up whatever color they're around, but they are just so awesome. You could certainly leave that out if you were going to use this for a card for a guy. Now let's stamp our greeting for the record. We'll pull in our Memento Tuxedo black ink and our stamp. We'll make sure that we get it inked up really well. And let's see here. Oh, I got a couple. Because you know me. Hope I don't get my head in the camera. You know me. Sometimes I need a couple of chances, and that's okay. Well, it looks like I rocked it just a tiny bit and got a little halo, but that's okay because we're going to snip that piece off. I think this one is going to work just fine for us. I'm going to come in pretty close to that F. Snip that off. We'll come in between here. Snip. And you could certainly use your paper trimmer if you want to be a little bit more precise, but I'm just snipping in between those words, so that's a great way to use a sentiment that's longer like that and change it up a little bit. So let's grab our glue again and we'll get our little sleeve. And I think this time I'll put my words over on the other side of the sleeve, and again I'll put them at a little bit of a tilt, just a little bit of whimsy for us. And you could certainly cut a smaller album. That would look cute to have that on the outside of the sleeve. I love how these are turning out. For the record. So there you go. There is our card for today. Y'all let me know what you think. I just thought this was so much fun, and I love them. But you let me know what you think. Okay, let's talk a little bit about upcoming events. We have stamp class this weekend, this Saturday. It is in my CT's Craft and Connect Facebook group. I'll share a link. I'll go in and edit the description of the video. I'll share a link there if you would like to join our group. It's basically a free online class. The deadline has passed to get the make and take packet, but you could always order the supplies and recreate the projects. Definitely swing by and have a little bit of fun with us. We'll be doing that at 9 o'clock Saturday morning. And then I do have some happy mail, so let me move the projects out of the way here. I did get a piece of happy mail from my amazing friend Judy Cleveland, and I just have to show you right off the bat, when you go to the mailbox and there is designer series paper on the flap of that envelope, it just makes you happy. And then Judy created this beautiful card, and this is using the new, oh gosh, trying to think of the name of the paper. I believe it's the Daffodil Afternoon Designer Series paper. So I shared last week that it is National Thank You Month, and Judy sent me a thank you card. So I appreciate this, Judy, so much. It is absolutely beautiful. Of course, I did a happy dance out on the porch by the mailbox. I love getting happy mail. So when you send me projects that you make, I love being able to share them with everyone. Just brag on you a little bit. It's gorgeous, Judy. Thank you. And I also love, I have to share, she stamped her greeting down at the bottom and then signed it. Isn't that a cute idea? So even decorated on the inside, the envelope flap, she did the most. It's awesome. And then we have a winner of our giveaway from last week. These are the classic matte dots. They're a brand new embellishment in our mini catalog. These will be going out to Kim Roberts. And the way that Kim was entered for a chance to win was just putting a comment and letting me know that she was watching the replay and what she thought of the project that I shared last week. So thank you, Kim, and thank you everyone that's left comments and responded. You know, give me those thumbs up and likes and hearts. I love them. So when you do that, it enters you for a chance to win. And this week, I'm giving away one of my favorite new products from the mini catalog, and that's those Iridescent Rhinestones. They are fabulous. If you love shiny, and shiny is your favorite color, like mine, then you're gonna need to stock up on these rhinestones. They're fabulous. Okay, I will see you again next Wednesday. Don't forget that I'm now doing a Finding Inspiration video that gets loaded to YouTube every Friday morning. So be sure to check out my YouTube channel at Carrie Todd, Stamp with CT. Love to have you follow me over there as well. So just wanting to give you some more inspiration for your creating and crafting. Thank you. See you next week.